Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Tuesday, February the 23rd. I hope you guys are having a good day so far. We have 15 market movers to go over, and then we're going to talk about some reserve list cards under $1, and then we're going to give a little big loser and my final thoughts. Starting the list off here today with number 15, which is Elvis Champion from 7th edition. This is up 48% today from 965 to 1431. Now, this sees a lot of play in a various amount of commander decks, but particularly Lateral Blade of Elves, which just came out recently in Kaldheim. Our next card on the list here is Inferno from the Dark. This is up 51% today from $4.99 to $7.55, and it does see a lot of play, particularly in Commander. So you can see that right there. And the next card on the list here is Heart of Yavimaya from Alliances. This is a reserve list card that was on our list yesterday. This is up 55% from $12.79 to $19.95, and yes, it does see some play in Commander with those two decks right there. The next card here on the list we have is Draconian Silex from Fallen Empires. This is another card that was actually on our list yesterday. It is a reserve list card, up 56% from $3.19 to $4.99, seeing new all-time highs. And no, it's not played in any decks. It's just a reserve list card and it happens to be a cheap pickup. So the next card on the list here is Mountain Yeti, another card that was on our list yesterday. This is up 62% today from $7.99 to $12.95, right? You'd think it's because there's decks that are playing it, but nope. There is no decks that are playing Mountain Yeti. This is just because it's from Legends, which is a very small print run. Hercule's Recall from Antiquities. This is up 66% from 53 to 89. And there is a ton of decks that are playing it, particularly in Vintage, but there's also sees a lot of play in Commander. And the fact it's from a Four Horsemen set, well, it's going to see an aggressive spike. Johan from Legends, this is up 66% today from $29.99 to $49.99. Now, if you want a cheaper copy because you like the art, it was printed also in Chronicles, and you could find it actually for 41 cents on the market. So that's a pretty cheap pickup if you like the art. The next card on the list here is Zenek Poltergeist from Antiquities. This is up 66% today from $5.99 to $10. And yes, it does see a lot of play, in particular the format Commander. But it's also from the Four Horsemen set Antiquities, so you can see it's very scarce. Savannah Lions, this is up 68% from $2.25 to $3.79. This is a 4th edition one. It is a rare, but this card was printed in so many sets. You can actually find it in Masters 25. Storm Spirit from Ice Age. This is a reserve list card, up 72% today from $159 to $275, seeing new all-time highs. And yes, it's a reserve list card, but it was printed in Ice Age, which is a big print run. But the fact that it's still a reserve list card that was relatively cheap, people target it as a buyout. Next card on the list here is Baal's Cage from the Dark. This is up 73% today from $360 to $625. And actually, yes, it does see some play in the format Commander, though it is from the Dark, so it was a pretty big print run. But I do love the art, but there's also cheaper copies available in Chronicles, so please don't spend this money if you just like the art. Subterranean Tremors from Conspiracy Take the Crown. This is up 85% today from $10.75 to $19.99, and it actually sees a lot of play in Commander. A ton of decks are using this card, and it was only ever printed once in Conspiracy Take the Crown, which is very short supply now, very hard to find sealed boxes available to crack open, so that's one of the reasons why you're seeing this card aggressively spike today. Millstone from Antiquities, this is up 121% today from $14.99 to $33.25, and you know what? This card, it's printed in Antiquities, which is one of the Four Horsemen sets, but if you're looking for cheaper alternatives, this was printed in a vast amount of sets throughout Magic the Gathering's history, so please don't pay anything near these prices if you just want the card for its utility, but apart from that, great art and its original printing. Raveka Wizard Savant from Homelands. This is a reserve list card, up 153% today from $6.28 to $15.95. And this card actually has two decks playing it. And the decks that are playing it are Raveka Wizard Servant, which is actually the card that I'm talking about right now. So it's actually a commander, believe it or not, and it's seeing some play. And because it's a reserve list card, it's getting an aggressive spike. Skemfar Avenger from Kaldheim. This is the promo pack version. Now, this is price manipulation because of people are listing it for a lot higher than it's actually worth, so it's getting a aggressive spike that's actually, it's closer to the price of $325 than it is $494, seeing a 15,000% increase, and that's not accurate at all. But you will see that sometimes in this video because a lot of people are listing them on TCG Player for prices that are not the price that it's supposed to be. Now, cards under $1 on the reserve list. Mammoth Harness from Homelands. This is a card we talked about yesterday being one of the potential pickups under $1 if you can find it. Now, I'll reiterate that. If you can find it. Now, this is not a really good card, but, you know, the fact that it's a reserve list card, there will still be targeted buyouts for anything reserve list, and I'm going to talk about that more as this video plays out, because there is another card that we saw that was under $1 on this list here today, and it was Voldalian Knights from Fallen Empires. Now, Homelands and Fallen Empires were like the last threshold of those reserve list cards that were still under $1, which were relatively cheap. But you know what? Now, good luck finding any cards that are under $1. Because I think that tomorrow, even these two cards that I'm mentioning here are going to be over $1. That's how quickly these cards are being bought out. Now I'll show you a list where on MTG Stocks there's a list of all reserve list cards that these are the bottom. This is the bottom of the list that I just snipped right here for you guys. So as you can see, just two cards right there for its market price that are under $1. That's it. That's it. So another thing that's kind of anecdotal, but my local game store, I purchased a bunch of reserve list cards online, and I forgot that I put them in checkout, but I forgot to complete the order. And I went, took a shower, and made some lunch, came back down, and those cards were, the inventory was empty for those cards. My card updated with 0 cards. And thankfully, I bought a few more cards next week, which hopefully I'll be able to show you this week in one of the videos, one of the market movers. But yeah, this is how fast these reserve list cards are being bought up. So I wouldn't be surprised if these two cards that I'm mentioning here are going to be over $1 tomorrow. In fact, I'm almost guaranteeing that that's going to be the case. So there's a lot of things that you gotta be careful of, obviously. In 2018, there was a massive retrace in prices of reserve list cards. I do think there is going to eventually be a correction on these cards. However, I don't think it's going to be anywhere near what it was in 2018. And now we're going to talk today about today's biggest loser for February 23rd, and that is Relic Barrier from Legends. This is actually a card on our list yesterday as one of the winners. This is down 84% from $2.99 to $45.99, just seeing a nice little retrace, and it's probably closer to the market price of $11, if I'm being quite honest here. Final thoughts on the market is, yes, we are still seeing some reserve list buyouts, but that doesn't seem to be the only thing. Like, it was nice to see Subterranean Tremors on this list here today, going up for reasons like Commander. So that's actually really good, because it's showing that there is other cards that people are interested. So it's not just a frenzy buying for, you know, reserve list cards, which it has been for a while, and I'm sure they're going to continue to happen. But as these cards, like even the Fallen Empires and Homelands cards, keep rising above $1, eventually people are just going to stop with the reserve list buyouts, because, you know, eventually if you have a fair amount in your collection and you don't really see the utility in certain cards, and they're just reserve list cards, you're going to lose a little bit of interest. And as things open back up slowly and people start playing the game again, people may actually be looking to trade or buy list some of these reserve list cards that have been going up for cards that are in Standard or Pioneer or something, or format they'd like to play. And that wouldn't be a surprise to me at all if that is going to be the case. Anyways, please leave your thoughts in the comment listed below, and I'll be sure to read them. And remember, I do make these videos Monday to Friday, so please come back again tomorrow for another Market Movers. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, and I will see you tomorrow for... I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you do, remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And if you enjoyed it that much, maybe you'd like to tip me. I have a PayPal link that you can send me tips if you enjoy these videos, and I can keep bringing them to you that way, and it could help my cardboard crack addiction. So please think about supporting the channel in that way. If not, subscribe, like, leave a comment, and I will see you again in the next video.